All right, have you ever seen a jackalope?
No.
Never?
No.
Okay. A jackalope is a combination between a jackrabbit and an antelope. So they've got antlers on their heads. You never seen them? Really? Well, they're kind of elusive, and the reason you don't see them is because people don't go hunting very often because they're very, what's the word, fierce. And they're like rabbits with horns on their head, and they'll gore you. You know what gore means? It means they'll jump at you and just with their head on the antlers. They're pretty ferocious.
Do they kill you?
Do you know anybody who has ever told you a story about a jackalope but me?
No.
That's because no one's ever lived to tell the story.
Yeah. Does anyone here know about that?
Andy had a well-known brush with the jackalope that he survived. He's one of.
Seriously?
It was scary. I was out with my friends, DJ and Noah, and one day after work, and we stumbled upon this cave. It was an old abandoned mine shaft, and it was a jackalope lair, like where the jackalopes would go and sleep. And we went in there ready for almost anything. We had a shotgun, a machete, a couple of M30 grenades, and I think DJ brought a grenade launcher. Because we didn't know what we were going to find in this cave. And so we go into the cave, right? And right as we get into the entrance of this cave, I saw one asleep. And the other two guys walked past it. This jackalope. And I go, "Did you guys see that rabbit? It had horns." Okay, now I wasn't from Arizona. I grew up in Idaho. But DJ and Noah had. They grew up in Arizona. So they knew exactly what kind of danger we were facing. Well, Noah, he screamed like a baby and ran out the door. Ran and just head first to because we had to crawl into this cave on our bellies. No joke. And DJ and I were stuck in this cave because Noah running and screaming woke the jackalope up. And so we're sitting. The cave entrance is blocked. Okay? And all we've got is like a pocket knife apiece. Right? And so we're trying to figure out how in the world. And DJ had his .22 little pistol. And we're trying to figure out how we're going to get out of this cave, right? Okay? So DJ, he says, "Well, let's just throw a rock at it." Because he doesn't like killing things. So he threw a rock at it, right? And the antelope, or the jackalope, it got mad. And they make this crazy noise when they're mad.
Like,
I hope I never have to hear that noise again. It was just, there's a phrase called screaming like a banshee. And a banshee is like a spirit that just makes this awful noise. Don't laugh.
All the neighbors are quiet.
Okay, so we're standing. Sorry, we're standing. DJ pulls out his gun and shoots at the jackalope, and wounds it. And so it's up against the corner of the cave, looking at us with this mean look in his eye, like, "Don't you even come near me." So we're trying to figure out what to do, right? And I look down, and there's a big, long 2x4 in this mine shaft. So DJ takes the 2x4 and pins the jackalope against the wall with the 2x4. Like about this long. Like this long stick right here. I mean, it was a long one because it's in a mine shaft and it's got a, I don't know what it was doing there, but it was there. And okay, so DJ's got this jackalope, and jackalopes aren't like normal rabbits. Rabbits are like, maybe a couple of feet tall or a foot tall. This thing is like 3 feet tall. Do you know how tall you are? How tall? About as tall as a jackalope, dude. From the feet to your head. Okay, so it's a big critter, right? Now, DJ is holding this jackalope down, and he takes his pocket knife out, and he's gonna cut the head of the jackalope off. Okay, and this jackalope is just going crazy, and it was scary. It was really bad, and so DJ gets the knife to the throat of the jackalope, and he doesn't have the jackalope down with the 2x4 as far as he should, right? So it rears its head around, almost bites DJ's hand clean off. And right about that time, I pulled out my pocket knife and pinned the jackalope's head down, and DJ finished cutting it off. And we took that jackalope, and we went home and skinned it and boiled it, and we ate it. And if you go into the Texas Roadhouse, listen,
Dad.
listen. You asked Aaron. She was there. If you go to the Texas Roadhouse, on the wall, mounted on the wall, the Texas Roadhouse at Gilbert and Baseline. Cooper and Baseline is the head of that jackalope. I kid you not. What?
Asthma.
Oh, okay. And that's my brush with the run-in with the jackalope. Sometimes, when you're really quiet at night, you can hear them.
Dad, that was you. You moved your feet. Don't tell me you're making all this stuff.